Making his way into the arena, Alejandro Frias.
La Ranita, Alejandro Frias from Tepic, Nayarit, Mexico. Another battle-tested veteran, 19, 11, and 2. Tough dude. Turned professional in 2015.
He even beat a guy 2 fights ago on BoxRec named Unknown.
Second round against Unknown.
I'm not sure if I've ever seen that guy fight before, but whoever he is, if you're watching, we say hello.
Oh, he had a good one against TBA also.
Yes, the old dreaded TBA.
His opposition, Elvis Rodriguez.
De Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, Elvis Rodriguez, trained at Wild Card with the legend Freddie Roach. So he spends more time in LA than he does in Dominican training.
Absolutely, and Elvis looks in great shape. He really works hard in the gym. I've had a chance to see him in camp a few times. And one thing about Elvis, man, he's always going to have a nice looking robe and trunks.
We continue with the action here inside the Thunder Studios, Long Beach, California. It is Night of Champions 5. Being presented by the fastest rising promotion in the industry, DMG Boxing, along with Top Rank Incorporated. Being sponsored by Fightbook. If you'd like to be considered for future DMG events, sign up at fightbook.com. Happy Jewelers, happy looks good on you. Drive it. Casa Mexico Tequila. Auténtico Corajillo, York Law. Torque Law, representing the people, as well as Adams Boxing, the official brand of boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to welcome a very special guest to the ring. He is internationally recognized as the world's youngest ring announcer at only 9 years old. Give it up for the one and only Killer Cam.
And now live from Thunder Studios in Long Beach, California, Top Rank DMG and Fightbook presents Night of Champions 5. For those in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, it's fight time! First, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5 foot, 8 inches tall, weighing at 145 pounds, holding a fresh record of 19 wins, 11 losses, and 2 draws, with 10 wins coming by way of knockout, representing Team Frias from Tepic, Mexico. Give it up for Alejandro La Ranita Rodriguez. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, standing 5 foot 10 inches tall, also weighing at 145 pounds, holding fresh record of 70 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw, with 13 wins, coming away knockout, representing wildcard boxing. From the Dominican Republic, give it up for TDK, the Dominican Kid, Elvis Rodriguez. Let's get it.
So Beto, the Rodriguez theme is really in effect tonight because it's Alejandro Frias Rodriguez,
A good, solid,
Dominican
clean
kid.
fight. I'm going to work you right here.
Elvis Rodriguez.
He's good over here. Let's touch him up and go to work.
Gerard White, the third man in the ring, and Dana Rodriguez. The judges, Fernando Villarreal, Sergio Caiz, and
my
Jack
doctor?
Reese. For Alejandro Frias in his corner is just Kevin
You okay,
Aguilar.
son?
For Elvis Rodriguez, it's the cut man, my favorite cut man named Rodriguez, Andrew Rodriguez.
Yes,
Your favorite cut man too, named Andrew.
sometimes.
Pedro Garcia, strength and conditioning coach, Marvin Samodio, and the one and only Freddie Roach at the corner of Elvis Rodriguez. They've been together since day one as professionals, Elvis and Freddie. The Southpaw Rodriguez fighting with Top Rank, getting shine tonight. This was scheduled for 10 rounds. You could say it's a stay busy fight, an active fight, but anytime you have Ranita Frias in front of you, it's never going to be easy.
Absolutely, and Elvis, you know, his last fight lost a very close, disputed decision to one of Robert Garcia's guys, Lindolfo Delgado.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought Elvis won, including himself. And, you know, it's good to get right back in there because, you know, Elvis with 1 or 2 wins could be in line to fight for a world title, and he can pretty much fight anybody at this stage of his career.
Yeah, it was 96-94 twice for Delgado, and one judge had a draw at 95.
Absolutely, and those kind of fights right there, you know, depends what a judge is looking for. One thing Elvis has, he has a really good shotgun jab. He's really good on his feet, and he's a very, very strong guy. Not just punching-wise, but he's physically a strong guy.
His only other loss was to a very talented Kenneth Sims Jr. back in 2021. It was a majority decision that went in favor of Sims, and after that, rattled off victories over Romero, Juan Jose Velasco, Joseph Adorno. Victor Posto, that was a heck of a battle against Posto. He stopped him in the 7th round.
Yes, and that, you know, was a little bit because Freddie had trained Victor Postal, who was one of Freddie's fighters, and, you know, he was fighting Elvis at this stage of his career. So, you know, it's never an easy thing when 2 of your fighters that you've trained, or even even in my case that I work with, when they end up fighting each other. But sometimes the law of averages just bear that out.
It's the fight game.
This is Elvis's second stint actually with Top Rank. He had gained some notoriety and some traction during the pandemic, and then after that loss to Sims, you know, he was let go by Top Rank, and he rebuilt himself back up, and he put himself in position where Top Rank wanted to sign him again, and hats off to everybody with that.
What's holding Elvis back from getting that elite title?
Well, I mean, if he gets that decision against Delgado, then he's in a completely different position. Now he's like Delgado fighting in Mexico next month for a world title. So, you know, sometimes, like in a lot of sports, it's a game of inches, and it's how the ball will bounce for you. But like I said, he gets in there after this fight, he does what he's supposed to do, and he gets in there with a top guy and beats him. Yeah, the trajectory of his career is changed. I like what he's doing. He's maintaining his range. He's getting his body warmed up, and he's not doing anything he's not supposed to do.
Scheduled for 10 rounds. Elvis Rodriguez, the Dominican southpaw. He's not a track star. He's not going to be running out crazy right away. He's going to work his way.
And that's what a pro does at this stage of his career. You know, he's well schooled. It's just kind of his demeanor. If you see him train in the gym, this is kind of the pace he goes at. But when he needs to turn it up, he definitely does. And one thing Elvis does is he listens to instructions very well. And him and Freddie and Marvin in the corner, Marvin Zamudio, they have a really good rhythm. And as he goes to the body right there, and as you can see, as Frias squares up a lot, and he's not afraid to take a couple, to give a couple. As you can see with that high guard defense where he just kind of walks forward, and he's going to try to put himself in position so that he can land a punch. And one thing Elvis has to do, as their heads kind of clash together, which we will see sometimes with a southpaw and a right-hander, is their heads may come together.
Gerard White, our third man in the ring. And it's been a while for Ranita since he's been stopped. He goes to decision. He's tough. Last time he was stopped was back in 2022 against Kevin Johnson. That was in the 4th round. And the other time was against Brock Jarvis. That was in Fresno. On Mikey Garcia's last fight, when Mikey lost to Sandor Martin, I was working that show against Brock Jarvis, and he was giving the Australian everything possible. And then in the 5th round, got caught by Brock Jarvis, and he was stopped in the 5th.
Yeah, I remember that fight, and this is his 4th fight of the year. So, you know, with a guy like him, if he doesn't get stopped, he's probably going to fight, you know, maybe 1 or 2 more times before the end of the year.
Oh, you know, he fought in April in Tijuana, went the distance. Then there was that unknown fight in Tepic. Then his last fight was at the end of August, also in his hometown Tepic.
I'm hoping maybe they can line up unknown for me.
Oh, you gotta be watch out for unknown. TBA is another somebody that's really, really good though. Yeah. I think he's more your caliber.
Thank you. Elvis landed a good right hook upstairs and downstairs, and he's staying dedicated to that. And Elvis has a really good uppercut, as you can see, that left uppercut. He throws it very short. He doesn't waste a lot of movement with him. And one thing Elvis does when he goes backwards that a lot of guys don't do, a lot of guys get really big. They make themselves a big target as they pull back. If you watch, he's got very strong legs. He bends his knees when he goes back, so his legs and his head are always underneath him. And he landed a little sneaky body shot.
Uppercuts, 2 of them by the Dominican. As the Mexican's in the corner, he's now against the ropes, and he gets stunned. His knees buckle, and Ranita against the rope is in trouble. 10 seconds to go in round number 2. Excellent finish for Elvis Rodriguez, and he dropped Alejandro Frias.
That was an excellent.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And it's a KO. A second round KO for Elvis Rodriguez, as Alejandro Frias was caught and went down and never got up.
That was a beautiful, beautiful right hook to the body. And I know on the replay we're going to see it. It was well placed. He didn't even have to really load up. When you place a body shot like that, it's the location. It's the location of where you place it, and really your body does some weird things.
So much for he's going to work his way. Like you said, Mike, he's a pro. He's going to build up to it. No. He took care of business. He sensed Frias was hurt and went after it.
And the beautiful thing about that, as we watch, is the action here. And you can see Elvis. He's got a good head movement. That uppercut really did some damage. He started to set things up. He's punching within range. He's not smothering himself. And there you see it go down. And he's going to do it one more time. Frias gets a little bit desperate. Elvis is defensively responsible right there. Little short chopping hook, and I stand corrected. I thought it was a short hook to the body. It was a nice short right hook to the chin.
And the way that Frias was pounding the mat, that was a lot of pain.
Absolutely.
Oh, the Karate Kid song's coming on. You're the best around.
Yeah, is that a compliment?
All Valley Karate tournament for you, Mike.
You know, I live in the Valley, and I've never seen one of those karate places, and I drive around everywhere to see one of those things.
Lupe, let's make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the DMG boxing ring, referee Gerard White reaches the count of 10 with an official time of 2 minutes, 59 seconds of round number 2, declaring the winner by way of knockout, the Dominican Kid, Elvis Rodriguez.
I thought we were going to get rounds. I thought, because Frias, having seen him, and just like you, Mike, I thought we were going to go the distance in this one.
You know, Elvis, he doesn't get paid for overtime. The great thing about this is it's mid-October. He got some 3 good rounds in, and they could put Elvis in another
2
fight.
rounds.
2 rounds, I'm sorry. They could put Elvis in another fight, you know, by the end of the year. Take about a week off and get right